Hello everyone. Good morning children. Can you see these pictures on the slide? And can you recognize or identify these monuments? Have you ever visited these monuments? Okay, maybe some of you have seen it. So the famous of this is this one, that is Taj Mahal. Okay, then there are even other monuments are here in the picture. For example, Red Fort. Okay, then there is an Agra Fort. Okay, so these all are the monuments in which there is a something common. Can you find out what is common in this? See, in all these monuments, these all are having a big tomb. Okay, जो गोल गुंबद होता है ऊपर का, वो इन मोस्ट ऑफ में सब में कॉमन है. You can also see here also. Then yeah, this is Char Minar, so it has a minar. Okay, means the pillars. So it's having a 4 pillars, and it is in the Hyderabad, so it's called the Char Minar. Okay, so these all monuments actually represent a period in the history of India, and that period is called the Mughal period. As you know children, uh, till the history you have seen that in India there were many kings and the kingdoms, is it? So in the medieval century or in the medieval period of the history, even the foreign rulers came to India and they started ruling the area that is in Delhi and the area near about the Delhi. And already in the first semester you have seen that how many foreign rulers are there, is it? But in all that, like Suri dynasty was there, Su dynasty, Lodi dynasty. Okay, so you have seen all this. Now, out of all these foreign dynasty who ruled India or who established their power in the Delhi but couldn't spread out of Delhi more. But there was a one ruler who spread their rule to the different part of the India and really spread their um, governance to maximum part of India, and that was the Mughals. Okay, so we will understand how they came to India, how they started ruling, and how then their uh, dynasty got spread in the other region of the India. Okay, now before I start this chapter, let me tell you that maybe the history books this tell you that these all monuments or most of the monuments are made by the Mughals, but it is not 100% true. For example, because when you will go to the Wikipedia or you will go to the different search engine and you will search about all this, then sometime you will get the uh, uh, you will get a different idea about these monuments like the Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, Red Fort. Okay, so these are some of the famous Mughal monuments. But it is claimed that they are not exclusively made by the Mughals. This structure was already there. What they have did was uh, uh, they have crushed their certain structure and they have rebuilt it. Okay, so when you will go through the Wikipedia and some other books regarding this monument, then you will get this argument over also there. Okay, so let's start our chapter, that is the Mughal Empire establishment and the extension. Now till the last chapter of the first semester which we have done is, you have seen that Ibrahim Lodi was ruling in the 15th century in Delhi. Okay, at the same time Babur was a ruler in the Afghan. Okay, he was ruling in the Afghan. Babur was the son of the Taimur and he established the Mughal dynasty. If you remember, Taimur also attacked India earlier. Okay, but he couldn't put hold on the Delhi. But his son Babur, he established the Mughal dynasty in India. Babur was the second ruler of the Mughal dynasty. He attacked Delhi on 1526 and defeated Ibrahim Lodi. He attacked on Delhi in 1526 and there was a battle of the Panipat. Panipat is in Haryana now. Okay, there was a great battle between the Babur and the Ibrahim Lodi, and finally Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi and won Delhi. This brought an end to the Sultanate age. Okay, this actually brings the end of the Sultanate age, which a different Sultan used to rule at the Delhi, and established the rule of Mughal at Delhi. Now we will see a chronological chart of this. See, first who came. Actually it's second, okay, but the Mughal dynasty was established by him. That's why we call it the first. So it's Babur. See, here name is missing here, but it will come Humayun. Then Akbar. He was the greatest ruler of the Mughal dynasty, okay, which was also accepted by the remaining society or the remaining community of India, but not only the Muslims. Okay, children, because Mughals are mainly or Mughals are the people who actually are the Muslims. Okay, so they believe in the Muslim religion, but always the other ruler like the Babur, Humayun, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, these all rulers are not wholly accepted by the other community also. But as in India, when there was a kingdom system was there, people don't have a right to elect their king. So however, if some king defeats the other, so automatically people has to obey the king. Okay, but even the Hindu and the other community in the India at that time accepted any Mughal ruler, then that ruler was Akbar. Okay, then Jahangir, after that Shah Jahan, and then Aurangzeb. So let's start with the Babur. In 1527, Babur fought a battle with the brave Rana Sangha at Kanwa. Now, after defeating Ibrahim Lodi, Babur wanted to extend his empire. Okay, बाबर ये चाहता था कि वो अपना राज्य बढ़ाए, तो उसने स्टार्ट कहाँ किया? From the border of the Haryana and Rajasthan, today's present Haryana and Rajasthan. Okay, but there was a brave ruler whose name was the Rana Sangha. Okay, Babur defeated him and his army was equipped with the cannons. Cannons means तोप. अभी बच्चों ये एक बात आप लोगों को याद रखना है और जानना जरूरी है कि क्यों मुगल रूलर्स से in a very starting period why the Indian kings could not defeat them. That's because this Mughal ruler have the cannons, that is जिसको हम तोप बोलते हैं, और उस टाइम इंडिया में जो इंडियन रूलर्स थे उन लोगों के पास कैनन्स नहीं थे. Okay, in the battle it doesn't matter how brave you are if you are not technically good. Okay, अगर आपकी technologically if you are not advanced, then even if you are a brave, you can't win the battle. Okay, इसीलिए आज भी आप देखते हो कि उस कंट्री को पावरफुल माना जाता है जो टेक्नोलॉजिकली वेपन टेक्नोलॉजिकली में बहुत एडवांस्ड होते हैं. Is it? He fought many battles to lay a strong foundation of the Mughal Empire and gain control over the area near Delhi and Agra. बाबर ने काफी सारे battles लड़े, okay, to spread his empire, Mughal empire, and by his death he was ruling the area around Delhi and Agra. He appeared victorious in most of the battle. In 1530 Babur fell ill and died. और 1530 में उसकी तबीयत बहुत ज़्यादा खराब हो जाती है, and because of the illness he died. हुमायूं ascended the throne of Delhi after Babur. और बाबर के बाद दिल्ली के थ्रोन पे कौन राजा बनता है? Obviously, it's a hereditary system. So his son Humayun becomes the king of Delhi. According to his father's will, the kingdom was divided and each of his brothers inherited one province. और उसके फादर के विल के हिसाब से वो तीनों भाइयों के बीच में जो एम्पायर था उसके जो प्रोविंस थे, मीन्स जैसे आज हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट या स्टेट बोलते हैं ना, जैसे आज हम स्टेट बोलते हैं, उस जमाने में उसको प्रोविंस बोला जाता था. तो तीनों भाइयों के बीच में जो प्रोविंस होता है वो डिवाइड होता है. ओके, एंड द हुमायूं गेट दिल्ली. हुमायूं had to struggle a lot against his brother Kamran and the Afghans, and he has to fight a lot against his two brothers. Humayun was defeated twice by Sher Shah. अब एक और रूलर था जो उस टाइम पे जब हुमायूं था तब दिल्ली पे कैप्चर करना चाहता था, and that was the Sher Shah Suri. He belongs to the Su dynasty. Okay, so he also tried to capture the Delhi and he succeeded, and he had to escape, means Humayun had to escape 15 years in order to save his life. और अपनी जिंदगी बचाने के लिए हुमायूं को 15 साल तक छुप छुप के दिल्ली से भाग के अलग रहना पड़ा था. हुमायूं regained Delhi from the successor of the Sher Shah. और शेर शाह के मरने के बाद जो उनके सक्सेसर थे उसके पास से हुमायूं ने वापस दिल्ली जीता. Now Sher Shah Suri was an Afghan leader who had progressed on his own. और शेर शाह सूरी था वो एक अफगान का रूलर था, and whatever he did by his own. He was a very brave king. Okay, he defeated Humayun twice. उसने हुमायूं को कितनी बार हराया? 2 बार. And therefore established the Su dynasty in Delhi. After gaining control over Delhi, he won many other important battles. और एक बार उसने दिल्ली जीत लिया, उसके बाद उसने और भी बहुत सारे important battles को विन किया. He then extended his empire from Kabul to Bengal. Yeah, you if you will see the map of India, then Kabul is in today's Afghanistan and Bengal is today's Bangladesh. Okay, so you can say that from the western side of the India to the eastern side of the India, whole was under the Sher Shah Suri, and even the part of the Malwa, which is Madhya Pradesh, today's Madhya Pradesh. He is known as a reformer in the history because he introduced many reforms during his short span and is therefore better known as a reformer than a warrior. और शेर शाह सूरी को warrior come popularly people know him as a warrior less but as a reformer more. उसको लोग reformer के रूप में ज़्यादा जानते हैं. He was more popular as a reformer rather than as a warrior because he brought many reform during his period. After Sher Shah, the Mughal dynasty was re-established in Delhi. लेकिन शेर शाह के मरने के बाद उसके जो हायर्स होते हैं वो इतने ब्रेव नहीं होते हैं, and Mughal dynasty again re-established. They defeated them and again re-established their power in Delhi. Now what are the reforms made by the Sher Shah? Sher Shah ruled Delhi for 5 years. Okay, he prepared a table for the revenue collection based on the type of the land and production. ये एक ऐसा रिफॉर्म था जिसको लोग आज भी अप्रिसिएट करते हैं. लैंड के ऊपर जो रेवेन्यू मीन्स टैक्स, जो टैक्स चार्ज होता था वो उसने ऐसा नहीं कि ओके सपोज 2 different people has same amount or the same area of the land they are having, but they both will not pay the same tax. The tax is based on the production of the land. उस लैंड का प्रोडक्शन कितना है, प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी कितनी है, कितना क्वालिटेटिवली वो प्रोडक्टिव है, उस हिसाब से रेवेन्यू लगता था. He removed the toll booths so that there could be a free transportation of the good. उसने जो हाईवेज थे उस जमाने में, जो रोड बने हुए थे, उसमें भी टॉल बूथ होते थे. तो जो एक रीजन से दूसरे रीजन पे गुड्स ट्रांसपोर्ट करते थे, दे हैव टू पे द टोल टैक्स लाइक टुडे वी आर पेइंग इट. ओके, and he removed that. He constructed road to increase the trade. He also constructed a very good roads so that to encourage the trade. He also planted tree on both the side of road and construct rest houses. उसने रोड के दोनों तरफ बहुत सारे ट्रीज लगवाए थे और बहुत सारे रेस्ट हाउसेस भी बिल्ड करवाए थे, so that the people who transfer goods from one place to another place, or those who travel from one place to another place, can easily do it that and can found the rest houses easily. He had set up a mint house to mint a silver coins uniform in the weight, so that people can use that coin for the trading. जैसे आज हम सिक्के यूज करते हैं, पैसे यूज करते हैं, पेपर मनी यूज करते हैं और कॉइन्स यूज करते हैं. तो उस जमाने में पेपर मनी नहीं था, देयर वर ओनली द कॉइन्स. सो ही हैज अ mint house where these silver coins used to mint with the equal weight. शेरशाह had also constructed the highway during his reign. उसने अपने टाइम में हाईवेज भी कंस्ट्रक्ट करवाए थे. Now children, you find out that which type of roads are constructed now. आजकल हम किस तरह के रोड्स बनाते हैं और किस तरह के रोड्स होते हैं. Okay, so this is assignment for you. Now, after Humayun, there's Akbar. His son was Akbar. Akbar was just 13 years old when his father Humayun passed away. जब अकबर 13 ईयर का था तो हुमायूं की डेथ हो गई थी. Akbar was very young, and so Bairam Khan, a faithful minister of the Humayun, brought him up as a guardian and took care of the administration on Akbar's behalf. क्योंकि अकबर बहुत छोटा था तो हुमायूं का एक बहुत ही फेथफुल, वफादार मिनिस्टर था. उसका नाम था, एक्चुअली ही वाज कमांडर इन चीफ, बैरम खां, जिसने न सिर्फ अकबर की गार्जियन का रोल प्ले किया, बट ही ऑल्सो टुक केयर ऑफ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव वर्क ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ अकबर. ओके, ही कैरिड आउट द मिलिट्री कैंपेन इन ईस्ट, नॉर्थ एंड सेंट्रल इंडिया. और उसने मिलिट्री कैंपेन भी, जो मुगल अंपायर का मिलिट्री कैंपेन था, उसको भी अपने अंडर कैरी किया. मीन्स ही हैज डन दैट वर्क ऑल्सो टू एक्सपांड his rule to the another part of the India, or the another region of the India, that is the central part, northern part. Okay, means the expansion of his empire. Hemu, the leader of the Sikandar Sood, established his rule over Delhi when Akbar was in Punjab. जब अकबर पंजाब में था तो हेमू, who was a leader of the Sikandar Sood, who was the Sikandar Sood, the son of the शेरशाह सूरी. ओके, हेमू उसका एक लीडर था. तो जब अकबर पंजाब में था तो उसने दिल्ली पे हमला बोल दिया एंड ही कैप्चर्ड दिल्ली. विद द गाइडेंस ऑफ द बैरम खां, अकबर डिफीटेड हेमू इन द बैटल ऑफ पानीपत. और बैरम खां के गाइडेंस में अकबर ने हेमू को हराया इन द बैटल ऑफ पानीपत. ओके, अकबर एनेक्स्ड चित्तौड़, रणथंभौर इन द बैटल अगेंस्ट द राणा प्रताप. और अकबर ने और भी जगहों पे धीरे धीरे अपना जो मुगल अंपायर था उसको एक्सपांड किया. एंड इन दैट देयर इज अ चित्तौड़, दैट इज इन राजस्थान, रणथंभौर दैट इज आल्सो इन द राजस्थान. ओके, एंड ही डिफीटेड राणा प्रताप रूलिंग दिस एरिया. फ्रीक्वेंट बैटल्स वर फॉट बिटवीन देम. उनके बीच में बहुत सारी लड़ाइयां होती है, राणा प्रताप एंड अकबर. अकबर्स empire expanded during the period of 1585 to 1605. He annexed Kandhar, Kashmir and Kabul and established his rule in the Kandhes, Ahmednagar in the south. Okay, so he was not annexing only to the northern part but also to the certain region of the southern part of the India. So the Mughal Empire flourished during the time of the Akbar. There was lot of disorder during the last days of the Akbar's rule as the Prince Salim revolted. अब जो अकबर का बेटा था उसका नाम था सलीम, जिसको जहांगीर के नाम से भी जाना जाता है. उसने अपने ही फादर के खिलाफ रिवॉल्ट कर दिया था, मीन्स प्रोटेस्ट कर दिया था. Okay, he has gone against his own father, he revolted against him. Later on the Salim adopted the name Jahangir and ascended the throne. और बाद में सलीम ने अपना नाम जहांगीर रखा and after the death of the Akbar he ascended the throne. We have already seen so many rulers of the Mughal dynasty. Okay, now on the basis of this, now we will discuss about the administration, society, art and architecture of that time in the another session of this chapter. For till that you have to see this chart. See, Babur has ruled from 1526 to 1530. Then Humayun ruled from 1530 to 1556. Okay, then Akbar ruled for the 1656 to 1605. Then Jahangir ruled for the 1605 to 1627. Then Shah Jahan 1627 to 1658, and then Aurangzeb 1658 to 1707. Okay, and after Aurangzeb there was no able ruler of the Mughal dynasty who can rule out this much big region. Okay, so this is all for today's session. Regarding any confusion, any query, you can post your question to me in WhatsApp. Goodbye. Bye-bye.